Hey, Greg Jeffries, and in this short video I just want to do a tutorial on how to connect your domain to your hosting account. So if you are involved in online marketing in any way, this is something that you're probably going to be doing a whole bunch, and if you haven't purchased domains and hosting, you may be afraid because you don't know how to do this and you don't ask any questions or things like that, but it's super simple. It only takes a couple of seconds, and I do it all the time. So the more domains that you have, you're going to be doing this on a regular basis. So the two things that you're going to need are a domain and hosting. Now if you just get hosting through somewhere like HostGator, which I use and I recommend, then you can get your domain through HostGator. You can get your domains through HostGator as well, I believe, anyway, but I think they provide like a one free domain per hosting account for the first year or something. So that's what I think I did with my original domain registrar hosting account. But what I would recommend from the beginning is to separate the two, and the reason being because you may want to let domains go in the future, or you may want to sell them, and it's just better to keep them separated because the way to think about it is that you've got your domains are kind of like the file names of your URLs or your websites, and the hosting are where all the files are. So you can always switch hosting accounts, you can always switch domains, but basically what you're doing with your domain registrar account is you're just pointing it to that hosting account. And if you sign up for a shared hosting account, you can host multiple websites, domains on the same hosting account. So you really only need these two tools. And for the domain registrar, I recommend Namecheap because it's just super simple, very affordable, and it just saves a lot of time. And then for hosting, I started out with HostGator. I've never had a problem. I know some people have had problems. If you have had problems with HostGator, then just try something like Bluehost, I believe it is. There's other hosting solutions out there, but HostGator seems to be very reliable for me. Never had any problem. Their support has always been helpful for me. So these are the two tools that I recommend. So when starting out, you're gonna first decide on a domain name, because you're going to need a domain first, and then you can always point that domain to your hosting later. But first you're going to decide on a domain name. I would recommend something that's a .com, .net, or .org. There's other domain extensions, but those are the more favorable ones. If you can't get the domain that you want for .com, .net, .org, then you may try a .co. That's about the same, as far as the ability to rank, but some of the other newer extensions may not rank as easy as the .com, .net, .org, since those have been around for the longest. So sign up for Namecheap. It's super. So sign up for a Namecheap account, pick out a domain, and purchase it. It's going to cost you $20 or less, probably somewhere between 10 and 15. And then for the hosting account, just click get started or web hosting, and then I would just go ahead and go with the baby plan. When you're first starting out, if you had one domain, then you can get by with a hatchling plan, but as you can see, for just a few bucks more per month, or per year, I would just go for a year. But you can do monthly if you want to. If it's going to be a little bit more, but if you don't have the cash to pay up front for an entire year, then you see there's really no difference between a year and monthly. So if you need to save money, you can go with monthly, but the benefit of the baby plan is allows you to have unlimited domains that you can host here. So I would just recommend going with that one. And then once you create your hosting account, you're going to get access to a cPanel, which is your control panel, is your back end of your hosting account. I'm just going to go ahead and log into mine real quick, and then I'll also go ahead and log into my Namecheap account. And then once you're in your Namecheap account, you're just going to click View. You're going to go to your domains here, select one of them, and then you're going to come over here to Transfer DNS to Web Host. And right now it's hosted, this domain is hosted at Namecheap. So as soon as you purchase it, if you go to that domain, it'll have some blank page there that'll say like this is hosted by Namecheap because it's not pointing anywhere right now. So what you're going to need to do is go into your HostGator control panel or your Bluehost account. They're all pretty much the same here. They all have a cPanel pretty much, and you'll come down here to the bottom left hand section here, and you've got your name servers here. So you just copy these two and come over here to Namecheap, paste them in these two boxes right here with the stars. So 1, 2, then click Save Changes. It'll probably take anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes for the domains to connect to the hosting and for your website to be live. But basically what I do with most of my sites, you can have an HTML website, just a standard page or a couple of pages or whatever, but I mostly install WordPress on most of my sites. So before I connect the hosting to the domains, I usually, once I get my login to my cPanel, I'm just going to come over here to in HostGator, it's this quick install, click that, and come over here to blog software, click WordPress, click continue, and click which domain you want to install WordPress on. And you're just going to leave this box here blank because you want to install it on the root directory, meaning your root domain. So it's not going to be installed in your root domain / something. It's just going to be in the root domain. That way when you point your Namecheap domains to your hosting account, when you visit that domain, that WordPress site will pop up. So hopefully this makes sense. It's super simple. It only takes a couple of minutes, and something you're going to be doing a lot of if you're doing any online marketing. You're buying a lot of domains, you're setting up multiple websites. These are the two main tools I use, Namecheap and HostGator. It's very, very simple, very, very affordable. It's super cheap to buy domains, and a lot of times when I have an idea, even if I'm not getting around to using it anytime soon, I'll just go ahead and snatch up the domain and throw up a website for it. It takes literally minutes to do all of what I showed you here just now. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully that answers all your questions on setting up a domain and connecting it to hosting. And if you want to support me, if you found this video helpful, visit the links below, sign up through my referral links through Namecheap and HostGator. I'd really appreciate it. Those are the two solutions, again, that I use, that I recommend. And again, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more helpful tips, tools, and reviews. And for even more internet marketing tips, tools, resources, softwares that I recommend, going over to iamsource.org. And again, this has been Greg Jeffries, and thanks so much for watching.